The Heart and Play Foundation has been servicing persons with special needs through a pioneered version of dance movement therapy.
We are so humbled and we are so grateful to have been part of a transformative cause we could have never imagined, inspiring a stranger's capacity to give,
Discovering just how selfless parents can be.
and witnessing holistic healing in a child with special needs.
Our journey has been an overwhelming experience, one we can't help but share with you.
What better way than to start with a story of one of our own? Ladies and gentlemen, meet Austin.
What? Once upon a time, a man and a woman have a child. He is bright-eyed and beautiful, and their hopes for him grow wild, up until the moment they notice that he's a little different. He is fixated on certain objects, rarely makes eye contact, seems suspicious. They take him in, and they hope for a charitable prognosis, and are disappointed in themselves when they hear the doctor deliver the diagnosis. They say he is like one in every 150. But I'm not a statistic, I'm just one in 7 billion. Just another one of the children trying to make sense of this world that we live in. I want to grow up and live a life just like you. I want to make friends just like these other kids do. But I'm frustrated because the words won't come out straight. I'll thrash or I'll withdraw just because I need everybody to wait and be patient with me. But I can't help it when my senses feel like they're out of sync. When just even a flickering light bulb can send my mind right to the brink. Voices aren't voices, and the volume is always at 110%. Did I mention my other senses? It also affects my sight, my touch, my scent. I won't always use my words, so I'll just say this thing for you. This is my normal. But if you love me, then this is our normal. And that makes it easier on us.
What we just demonstrated is the story of Austin. Or at least a representation of all the children with autism spectrum disorder. In the Heart that Played, Austin has friends. Serena, for example, personifies those with cerebral palsy. And you have kids like Donnie, who we've personified to represent those with Down syndrome. We also have Eddie, who helps us think fondly of those with ADHD. So you'll notice that we're giving a name, as I said, personifying these different developmental disabilities. Not to stigmatize them, but to reinforce the fact that persons with special needs are fundamentally persons. They're people just like you and I, and that's more than enough reason to care and feel invested. Our goal is to build a culture of acceptance, of social inclusivity and disability empowerment. Yes, you are not special, nor are you, but you could have been. Who's to say your future spouse's relative or your own kid won't have special needs? Wouldn't you want them to grow up in a safe, welcoming environment? Such is our advocacy. And people wonder how exactly we do it.
So we help PWSNs through a distinct form of dance movement therapy, one that the Heart and Play Foundation has a copyright trademark under NCCA. Our program marries special education principles, like applied behavioral analysis with artistic elements of dance, like direction, levels, space, and the like. Now, most people see dance merely as a form of leisure or entertainment, but to our population, it's a therapy. And our program addresses the various needs of our wards through a certain structure.
Our brand of dance movement therapy includes a trademark intervention tool we like to call the Rope of Hope, to let us better impart to you the science or the art of how we get it done. We'll have a demonstration. Alright, so I need 4 brave volunteers to come up on stage right now. And for those in the 2nd and 3rd row, we have a surprise. Look under your seats. You'll see their ropes of hope over there.
4 volunteers up quickly.
Yes, and we're going to need you to pick the ropes up and then clasp them with both hands. 4 volunteers. Going once, going twice. Come on up, come on up. 1, 2. Okay, I see 4 people. Let's go.
Go faster.
Let's go. All right. So early in the morning, so much energy. I love it. Okay, and so our rope Over
Where's
here.
our other room? There we go. So can we have all second row and third row stand up? Okay, now I'm gonna count off 1 and 2 so that you can identify your roles. So let's start off. 1, 2, 1. Same for the second row. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Come on, guys. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, all number ones will be active participants, meaning you have to follow our instruction and go all out with all the energy you can give, alright? And then I'll need all number twos to stay passive, just stay still and let all the number ones do the work. Alright? So, our first move will go side to side, and then our next move will go up and down. Now you need to pay attention to the levels. Alright, and how far you have to reach. Now let's start. 5, right first. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3. All number ones. Move actively. Number twos, stay still. Number twos, stay still. Now we go up and down. Higher, higher. Down, up, down. Higher, 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 guys. Alright. Thank you. Let's give everyone a warm round of applause.
Louder, louder. Warmer, warmer. There you go. Thank you, Pauline Rice. So we're gonna ask a few people, how was the activity? How do you find the experience?
I had fun. I rigorously did the
And what about you?
I was shocked and scared because it suddenly went there so fast.
You're number 2. Okay, great. Let's give them a hand. Thank you so much, girls. So, what you just experienced, or what you saw rather, the active people bearing most, if not all of the weight of the passive participants, this simulates the scenarios we have during our dance movement therapy sessions. The passive people represent our more severe or our profound members of the developmentally disabled community. And so you notice that the force of the active ones carries over to the passiveness of the other participants. And furthermore, we say that our movement therapy enables hastened holistic healing. We touch on several faculties simultaneously. For example, the physical aspect. The physical domain shows in our ability to create better motor skills. When they practice, they have muscle memory, mastery, improved coordination.
We enhance them cognitively as well, because when you learn to dance, it involves counting 1 to 8, memorizing steps, and making sure that your movements sync with the music. And those things are highly cerebral.
And of course, the behavioral aspect comes into play because we bombard them with a plethora of stimuli. The music, the movement, all of you who are somewhat starting out to be strange faces, who later become friends, all of this trains the brain of our developmentally disabled brethren to become accustomed to reacting and interacting in different environments. Hence, a more manageable behavior manifests and improves their social skills. In as much as we see the rope as a tool of instruction and therapy, we also see it as a symbol for at least 3 things.
Linking passions, connecting people, and deepening purpose.
When you zero in on the 3 P's, you realize that, at least for advocacies, it's not meant to be contained. In fact, the more you share the cause, the more you can unite like-hearted, able-minded individuals. This brings us to the next tenet of our advocacy, volunteerism.
Yes, pun intended. Now we put the emphasis on the youth, sa kapwa, building a sense of solidarity born from social awareness and actualized responsibility.
And the best part is you could be a graphic artist, a financial enthusiast, a writer, a budding entrepreneur. Whatever you are, whatever your skill set is, there's a place for you in our family, and there's always a way to be of help. Let's hear from some of our most active volunteers from our resident outreach arm, the Rotaract, or the Heart at Play Rotaract Club.
The first session came in was totally different experience. My family has had a history of doing charity works all over Latin America for about 10 years now. As I saw my parents help others, I myself wanted to touch lives in ways I can.
This is the case for the kids and adults alike in the Heart at Play. These are the people who have special needs, who we need to give a lot more love and attention, which unfortunately isn't the case in society, because these are the people who are outcast, who were called bad names, names that we can't even say right now because they're far too derogatory and hurtful.
The least that we can do is to make the most of ourselves, to make them feel as empowered as they should be.
I want to make a difference, hoping that small ripples in the water will create a bigger wave in the future.
To include them in this life we live, not to set them aside, and to make them feel loved, to make them feel cared for. And I think the Heart at Play allows me to do just that.
So, the Heart at Play Rotaract Club felt so compelled to help that they helped organize and produce THP's second annual benefit dance concert in Henry Lee Irwin Theater at Ateneo de Manila University. Let's take a look.
Flashes flicker on your face. Take me to another place. Bright reflections in your eye. Capture the colors. Explode across the summer sky.
This is a world of fighters. People who venture out and brave uncertainties. People who take the leap of faith despite being smothered in a culture of doubt. Today, let us take you through a day in the life of these special warriors we are proud to call our own.
You got the flame, you got the fire. You got the love to lift me high. You got the light of shining brighter. When I'm with you, the world is lost. When I'm with you, the fireworks go. Place I'd rather be. I hear you praise the pretty view. The only thing I see is you. No words to say just how I feel. No way to say that in my eyes. You're the brightest light burning tonight.
Over 1,200 members of the audience, most of whom ended up in tears, witnessed our 30 angels own the night as stars of their very own concert. And they were dancing alongside the country's most prestigious dance organizations, from a high school to collegiate to an internationally competing level. So, if you recognize the movements that you were doing in the demonstration, do you remember side to side, up and down? Now, these may seem like baby steps, And you are not wrong, but we take pride in knowing that these small steps become big strides towards a more empowered individual.
Moreover, the funds also allowed us to propagate to New York, where 120 adults from 2 US-based organizations benefited from the THP program. We made friends with Emilio, Isabel, and Ruther, who are, over 50 and have special needs. But when they're on the dance floor, those things don't seem to matter.
So we were able to propagate to over 200 persons with special needs in the United States, and they were adults. But here in the Philippines, we mostly cater to the youth or to the younger demographic. It ascertains that the DMT program is mutually beneficial for children and adults alike. We were also able to sustain our weekly therapy sessions for over 18 months with the help of the proceeds from the concert. This is a clip from our 2012 propagation stint in New Jersey. We like to say that it takes a special kind of heart to leave no child behind, and we hope that yours finds its way to us or to any advocacy you deem is truest to you.
Thank you and have a heartfelt day.